what is the process where there is a dispute that sees superannuation and life insurance entitlements?
So, as I was saying before, so what happens is that normally one person applies for superannuation and life insurance monies. Now that can be an estate, it can be a dependent like a spouse or a child, or it can be an interdependent. And on the application forms it asks you to name all the family members. And then what the trustee will do is they will make a preliminary decision about the super, and they will then write to everyone and say, look, we've made a preliminary decision about who's going to get the super. We think it should go X% to the wife, or all to the wife, or so much to the kids, or whatever it is they've decided to do. And they give the family members or the interested parties a time frame to lodge an objection. Right? It's normally around 30 days or so to lodge an objection. If no one objects, or if everyone writes back and says, we're happy, pay it out in the way that you've decided, then great. But if there's an objection raised, then it goes to the next stage. It can be a review of the trustee's decision making, and the trustee will decide more than just tentatively, but definitively, this is what we're deciding. Again, there's another claims taking period, it just goes on and on. But ultimately, a person who feels aggrieved after that, and take the matter to the Superannuation Complaints Tribunal, or I believe it's AFCA now, Australian Financial Authority, or whatever it is, AFCA. Complaints Authority, Australian Financial Complaints Authority. And they lodge a complaint against the decision making of the trustee. It then essentially goes to almost like an arbitration. It's a little bit like mediation. You have an independent arbiter saying whether they say the decision that the trustees made is within the scope of their powers, it's within the trustee and the rules of the fund and all that type of stuff. So sometimes we'll appear on those things and write legal submissions. A lot of the time we might have a de facto partner that's saying I'm the de facto and the family doesn't agree. So we'll do up statements and affidavits of everyone and submit those to the fund. And then AFCA can make a ruling and say whether it was what they did was or wasn't appropriate, and request that they overturn the decision and all that type of stuff. Now, if it doesn't work after that, then you go in the courts, through the court system, and the federal court, and just Commonwealth, superannuation's Commonwealth stuff. So, and I'm talking about life insurance that's attached to superannuation, not just standalone type policies. But that's the process, and the argument is it's almost always about whether someone's a de facto or whether someone's an interdependent. We've had a mother claiming that she was interdependent on the daughter, living in the same house. The daughter was buying medication, groceries for her and stuff like that, and the strange fathers who've never been seen before coming in and saying, well, no, she's not an interdependent. And we managed to get up on that. There's been a few that we've done well with, but yeah, that's the process, I guess.
Great.